Dear students, today our topic is combustion. Combustion is a chemical process. Here, a substance, it reacts with oxygen and produces heat or sometimes light in the form of flame or glow. So the term combustion means it's a chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen of present in the air and produces heat and light. Light will produce in the form of flame or glow. Now those substances that react with oxygen or burn or produce heat and light, those substances are called combustible substances. So combustible substances are those substances that react with oxygen to produce heat and light. These combustible substances are also called fuels. For example, we have kerosene, diesel, wood, etc. Combustible substances are those substances that react with oxygen present in the air to produce heat and light. We have examples, we have kerosene, diesel, wood. These substances, these combustible substances are also called fuels because when they burn, they produce energy in the form of heat and light. So next term is non-combustible substances. Non-combustible substances. So for non-combustible substances are those substances that do not react with oxygen of the air and do not produce heat and light. Now, among non-combustible substances, for example, we have stone. These substances does not produce heat and light and does not react with oxygen. We know that different substances have different temperatures at which they get combusted or at which they produce fire, though they catch fire. That temperature is called ignition temperature. Ignition temperature. Every combustible substance has its own temperature at which a substance catches fire. The ignition temperature, it is the minimum temperature at which a substance catches fire. And different combustible substances have different temperatures at which they catch fire. We have many substances that have very low ignition temperature, and those substances are called inflammable substances. Inflammable substances. These are those substances that have very low ignition temperatures. Have very low ignition temperature. For example, we have petrol, diesel, etc. These are those substances, inflammable substances are those substances that catch fire at very low ignition temperatures. Among them we have petrol and diesel. You must also have see it written on the, there's oil tankers which carries oils from different places. They are written, they are inflammable. Motor spirit is written on that. Then we have different types of combustions. We have different types of combustions. Different types of combustion. First of all, we have rapid combustion. Rapid combustion. Here a substance, a combustible substance, it burns rapidly or it catches fire rapidly. For example, we have phosphorus. Phosphorus burns rapidly at room temperature. Another we have spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion. In spontaneous combustion, a material it suddenly bursts into flames without any apparent cause. Here, a combustible substance it burns spontaneously without any apparent cause. For example, we have forest fires. Forest fires. Sometimes forests catch fire spontaneously without any cause. Or we have coal dust that's produced in the coal mines that also catches fire spontaneously. And these are different types of combustions. There are different factors that are responsible for combustion. Mainly there are three factors. Three factors that are responsible for combustion. There are mainly three factors that are responsible for combustion. First of all, we have fuel. This is also called combustible substance or material. Second, we have supply of oxygen. Supply of oxygen. And third one, we have heat or temperature, what we also called as the ignition temperature. There are mainly three factors that are responsible for combustion. First of all, we must have available fuel, that's called combustible substance. Second, we must have a supply of oxygen. And third one, we must have heat is given or temperature is given to the substance, that is called the ignition temperature. When a substance is given it is ignition temperature, or when it reaches at ignition temperature, having supply of oxygen, it catches fire. That is we call as a combustion. And thanks, this is for today.